Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Tuttle. I'm director of the Maine Women Writers Collection, and I'm the Dorothy M. Healy Professor of Literature and Health here at UNE. I'd like to open this event by acknowledging that we stand today in Wabanaki territory. As a settler in this place, I honor those who have cared for this land throughout the generations. I pay respect to elders, both past and present, and I accept my responsibility to listen and learn. On behalf of the co-hosts, the University of New England Maine Women Writers Collection and the School of English at the University of Kent, we thank all of you for taking time from your busy lives to join us today. We'd like to begin the program with a few words from the president of the University of New England, James Herbert.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Can you all hear me okay? So it's a real pleasure to be here, and I want to welcome everyone, including our special guests, Sherry Mitchell, and offering a First Nations perspective, and I really appreciate you being here. One of the key people in our collection, our Maine Women's Writers Collection, is Donna Loring, who is an elder with the Penobscot tribe and has become actually a very good friend. I was just visiting with her not long ago, and she's going to be coming back to campus on October 1st, and I look forward to seeing her again. So we do take very seriously our obligation to the Wabanaki culture, the Penobscot, Passamaquoddy tribes, and so I'm glad that we have that perspective represented today. Also welcome Hetty Wald, fellow clinical psychologist. So we have that in common. We were just talking about the field of psychology and how it's changed over the years. So welcome to our distinguished guests, and welcome also to all the UNE family, the faculty and students and professional staff. It's nice to see so many faces that I recognize around the room. So today's symposium continues a tradition that I understand has been going on since 1985, I believe, and the Maine Women's Writers Collection is a really special part of UNE's culture. It began at Westbrook Junior College, as many of you know, and when I first came to UNE, I was very impressed to learn about this collection, and I've been over and I've seen it. This is a collection that actually it provides not only an opportunity to collect and to collate and curate very important works about Maine women and by Maine women, but it also provides an opportunity for study, not only for the UNE community, but from scholars around the world. And I know that just last summer we had, for example, at least one person doing a sabbatical, part of their sabbatical from Europe, and traveled all the way over to Maine to examine our works there. So it's a very impressive collection. It was founded in 1959, and as I said, there's been conferences going on since then, and I believe this is the 12th such conference that we do these every few years. So it's a very impressive record. The reach of the collection really can't be overstated, and I think it's going to become even more important over time. It's open to the public, and it's also available for scholars from across the world. One of the things that's very, very special about today's program is the interdisciplinary nature of it. We are looking at the intersection between the arts and humanities and the STEM areas and the health professions. One of the things about UNE that I so much appreciate, and it's very important to me personally, is that we reject false dichotomies. We reject the dichotomy between art and science, between the healing arts and the humanities, and we believe that real knowledge happens at the intersection of disciplines, and that's where the real innovation, where the real action is. And at UNE, we very much embrace the idea of how the arts and humanities can inform the science and the healing arts. And so this conference represents that perfectly today. So I just want to really welcome everyone and to applaud this very important work. I wish I could be with you today. I'd have a lot more fun doing that, but we have a university council meeting, which is the whole university leadership, that we're meeting about a bunch of things, including our new strategic plan, and that's been on my calendar for a long time. If I didn't have to go to that, I'd be here with you today, which would be a lot more fun, trust me. And Andrew is actually supposed to be at the University Council meeting, but he's told me, Andrew, for those of you that don't know, is our head librarian, and he's supposed to be at the University Council meeting, but he's not going to. He's going to stay with you. So we've decided we're going to cut his budget, the library today. So we'll just, we'll go. If you're, isn't it Hamilton, the room where it happens? So since he's not going to be in the room, we'll do that. But no, in all seriousness, actually, I think you got the much better deal staying here. This is going to be much more interesting than the meeting that I get to go to. But welcome to everyone, and thank you very much. It's a real pleasure, and have a great day.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Lovely. All right, enjoy your meeting. And welcome, Andrew Golub. Thank you for being here. So we have an additional blessing today, which is that the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences is available to us to say a couple of words as well. So I'd like to introduce Dr. Jeannie Hay.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I will be going to the University Council meeting, but I'm also going to be coming back to this wonderful event. I don't have any prepared remarks, so first let me add my welcome to all of you. It's great to have you here, and it's going to be an amazing day. The Maine Women's Writers Collections events are always top-notch. And I know many of you saw, in fact, we have a class here now. Throughout the day, classes from our undergraduate programs at UNE are going to be joining today, which I think is really wonderful. I just want to make a couple of comments that relate to what's going on today. President Herbert already talked about the amazing resource that we have in the Maine Women Writers Collection. I would say the theme of the intersection of the humanities and medical or healthcare education is something that we really excel at here at UNE. I'm a political scientist by training, and when I came here more than 7 years ago, it was just an immersion into health education, and it's been such an enrichment of my life. But we do it not only, for example, we have an osteopathic medical school which works in very creative ways, but I want to let you know about a program that members of our humanities departments, especially the English department, but also history, philosophy, an interdisciplinary studies in humanities that we have, innovated a program that we call HUMED, by which students who major in humanities disciplines, for example, English, working with Jennifer Tuttle, for example, can do a slightly modified curriculum that includes maybe more science than the typical English major would do. And if she is successful in those 4 years, which of course she will be because we're so supportive of students and our students are so amazing, has guaranteed acceptance and entrance into UNE's medical school. That's an extraordinary thing for a couple of reasons. One, you all know how hard it is to get into medical school. Two, you know probably that the vast majority of students, and sadly their families, have this image in their head that if you want to go to medical school, physician assistant school, dental school, whatever it might be, that you have to be a biology or chemistry major. We in the academy know that that's not true. In fact, these professional schools are begging us, please send us your artists, send us your literature, people who are passionate in literature, send us your historians, your anthropologists, your political scientists. But getting that message through to the culture has been very challenging. So we're doing our part, and I was just talking with one of your keynote speakers who works very much in this area, and she's already promised to help me. So Hetty, I just called you out. But it's really so, and why this is a win-win-win for all constituencies is that it's a win for students whose passions lie in the humanities and want a medical career And this idea that one is at the expense of other, that they're mutually exclusive. UNE is saying no, they're completely mutually inclusive. So that's one win. Two is it's a win for the professional schools and for the profession to have a more diverse group of people working amongst them. When you have somebody who's coming to a team whose background is as informed as much in critical thinking and literary analysis and historical understanding as it is in biomes and chemical connections and such, you enrich that experience. And finally, we know the literature is clear, it's better for patients. It's better for patient care. So I'm just so proud of us, and I ask you to share the word because I'll say bluntly and with some frustration, we have built this and we're having a really hard people getting them to come, you know? We have this amazing opportunity, but too few students really signing up for it. So, third, I want to say I'm the Dean of Arts and Sciences. And any of you who this may be your first time at UNE or you don't know a lot about UNE, if you imagine that UNE was a health professions university, let me tell you loud and clear that we are a complete university and we have the whole panoply of undergraduate majors, everything, as I said, from arts and humanities to education and business to biology, marine science, and many more in between. We offer about 35 undergraduate majors. Just in the College of Arts and Sciences, we also have a College of Health Professions as well. And it's just a delightful place to be. My next point is make sure you get your mug. When Jennifer Tuttle is in charge of making the mugs, they're always the best. They're big and round and always my go-tos. So I'm really happy to be able to add that to my mug collection. Thank you. And finally, because I don't know many of you, but it just looks like such a caring group of people, I'm going to tell you where it hurts. 2.5 weeks ago, my nest emptied, and I am bereft. And I know that my healing around that is going to take a long time and will involve reflection and humanistic type things and maybe some pharmacology. I don't know. But my youngest child went off to college, and I really, I'm just in a major transition. So thanks for the theme of Tell Me Where It Hurts, and I guess I started us off by telling you. So welcome to UNE. Have a great day. I'll be here later, Jen, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeannie. That was very, very generous. And I must say that while I did advocate very strongly for large mugs, it is Kathleen Miller who, in fact, handled the specific ordering of the mugs. It is due to her work that we have these lovely, large, capacious. Yes, yay for Kathleen. So, we have just a couple more minutes here. I have a few remarks I wanted to make to start us off and some thank yous. We are missing 2 of the people who were going to be speaking to you right at this moment, but they will be here very soon. So the first keynote speaker, Sherry Mitchell, is frantically en route as we speak. So when I'm all finished here, she just walked in. Oh. And so let me say a few words then, and then we're going to just shift right into the first keynote event. This is wonderful news. So the other person who would be standing with me here is Stella Bolaki. She represents the School of English at the University of Kent, who is co-hosting this event with us. She has some words she wants to say about the collaboration that has been in the works for many years now that has led to this wonderful day. And so she will be here soon. She had a small medical event this morning, but she's all fine, but she's just not back yet. So you will see her soon, and she will say those things at the appropriate moment. But I will just mention again that we have had a fabulous collaboration, and I would like to really give her the credit for much of today, because it was her interest as a scholar in the work of Martha Hall that started this whole thing. And we have had many wonderful events since that resulted from that. So we're happy today then to be able to continue the conversations that began many years hence with Stella. In fact, there was an event 2 years ago in Canterbury, UK, that on which this event today is modeled. So we're really grateful to Stella for that. And it's her vision and commitment that inspired us and really created many opportunities for finding a wider audience for Martha Hall's work. Martha Hall being the artist whose artist's books inspired today's conference in a lot of ways. You'll hear a lot about Martha today, and you'll learn more about what I'm talking about. Before we begin, though, I just want to offer a couple more thank yous. I would like to thank Martha Hall for honoring us with her artist books. They're one of the highlights of our collection, and they give us, our researchers, and our students no end of pleasure and inspiration. Equally, I thank Alan Hall for continuing to shepherd Martha's legacy, for supporting our work as allies in that endeavor, and for believing in us. On behalf of the hosts, I would like to thank all of the speakers who agreed to present today. Some of them traveled long distances to be here, along with our generous co-sponsors and many volunteers who've helped to make this event happen. They're all listed in the program, and I hope folks will please take a look. I'd especially like to single out Laura Taylor for her wonderful work designing our program and publicity materials. And she drew on Martha's books for the aesthetic. Less visible, but no less worthy of acknowledgement, are all of those at UNE housekeeping, facilities, IT, Sodexo, and conference services, and all of the administrative assistants. And I again especially want to thank Elaine Brulette, whose labor makes our own possible. Finally, I'd like to thank the members who served with me on the symposium organizing committee, Amy Amoroso, Stella Bolaki, and Kathleen Miller, for their superb work and dedication. And finally, on a practical note, we'd like to remind everyone to please silence all of your devices and cell phones. And I will reiterate what has been already said this morning, which is that throughout the day there will be classes coming in and out. There will be, people circulating. And so, we hope to minimize the disruption caused by that, but we're also thrilled that people are coming at the times that they are available on a weekday. So please just be tolerant around that. And also, please don't mind if I perhaps remind all of you of these things somewhat later when more people have come. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Kathleen Miller and Sherry Mitchell. Thank you.